Dewees, aka the Tow Ninja.
That's it. What's up,
How
Bob?
you doing, buddy? I want to hear about your near-death experience and
near-death.
your experience from there to now.
From here to now. So from there till now. So basically, about 8 years ago, I was struck in a construction zone while doing construction. Still was in the tow business, but nights and weekends. From there, hold on. From there, basically, I had suffered some injuries. Person who hit me actually hit me in a closed road construction zone. Took off. I wound up getting up off the ground and chasing him, and wound up catching him where he parked. And when they say adrenaline is a drug, like a super drug, it definitely was, because I ran about 2 football fields. Didn't know my injuries were as severe as they were. Worked for 4 days after I got hit, and my shoulder locked up 4 days later, and I went to the hospital, and there I found out I had a fractured shoulder, 2 tears. Well, the fractured shoulder was through the x-ray, I guess, and then 2 bone chip in this elbow, I think 1 in this shoulder. Did physical therapy from there, and about a couple months later, or maybe even longer than that, I found out that I had 5 herniated discs in the neck and aggravated 2 in the lower back. But after I went to the hospital 4 days after my initial accident, they gave me a script of pain medication, which spiked a addiction of pain medication. And I was 2 years clean at that point until that hospital visit. And from there, because I was a prior addict, I mean, it didn't take me long to get back up to eating tons of pills a day. So I went to rehab. Let's see, my accident happened in April of 2015. November of 2015, I went to rehab, did the 30 days, got out, I was clean. But while I was in rehab, my ex of 17 years told me never to come back. Yeah.
So just pile one thing on top of another.
Kind of like, yeah, I'm going to stand behind you. Like, yeah.
At least it helped you through recovery.
Yeah, well, I was homeless. I got out of rehab homeless. Called an ex-boss of mine that had some rooms for rent. So I rented a room, and the guy next door that rented the room next to mine was a heroin addict. So freshly out of rehab, and now I'm starting to do heroin. So, so from there, it was just another spiral down, and I was up to snorting. I never shot it. I was up to snorting 2.5 bundles a day, which is approximately $200 a day. How did I pay for that addiction? Basically conniving the ex-boss and doing some side jobs for him, and honestly, I honestly don't know how. I mean, I did work my ass off. I mean, I was doing side jobs and getting deposits, and I did the side jobs. I didn't screw nobody, but I honestly don't know how I came up with. It was pretty much every day, or at least every other day, $200 every other day.
Okay, what saved your life this time?
Well, so basically, from there, it just kept going, and I didn't see an end, and I was actually ready to end my life. I got high as hell, and I was sitting at the railroad tracks in my vehicle, ready to drive my car in front of the next train. And the reason why I didn't just jump in front of the train was because I knew from doing accidents over the years that a car, at least I'd be contained inside that car and not spread all over the tracks. I mean, it's funny now, but I was being considerate for.
So that was your philosophy?
I was high, man. Come on now.
You try to be considerate of the record companies that have to come clean up
I
your
tried
mess?
to be considerate of my tow family and the first responders that would have to come and clean me up. You know, and it's funny now, but at the time it was.
Well, yeah,
I was
here,
right. So I was sitting at the tracks, and the phone had rang, and I looked down at the phone, and the train went by. At that instant second, And it was an old boss calling me up, heard I was going through some issues, coming back to towing, doing full-time towing. So it was the towing industry that basically saved my life, dude. That and that phone call.